Hello, how are you doing today? Welcome to this episode of today. So today we'll be talking about what different types of revolutionary leaders and what they were and how they did and how they carried themselves into revolutionizing the whole world and also revolutionizing the system, and also at least they tried to revolutionize. And also we'll be talking about what is a revolution and what it takes to have a revolution, and the things that are being done into a revolution, and how to do a revolution, and how to also have a government being overthrown. So I just wanted to talk about this today because I saw it in. I wanted to ask this question to automatic AI, which I was asking it yesterday. What, how to overthrow a particular system. This AI told me you can't overthrow a system. It is not right to overthrow a system, and if you know the government is wrong in your particular state or country, what you have to do is to follow the right legal actions to do that revolution and also to have it overthrown. So by just asking this AI on how to overthrow the government, or on how to overthrow the system, it basically showed how the government and the system has taken part inside this technology which we are using today, and it has limited the source of information on certain types of things, for certain type of things for it to happen. So you can be thinking what you search in the internet, there's a lot of freedom, but the government itself has limited the source of information which you can have for yourself, and some of the source of information which you can access in the internet. This was just basically proved to me by what that AI told me on. It can't tell me on how to overthrow a government and what are the methods to overthrow a government. Although it is a free AI, it is a open source, its limitation on what to do, that was just limited. So it didn't show me this because it has been influenced by the same government not to tell people on how to overthrow it. So I'll be talking about on how to do certain coups and also how to revolutionize the world. So as we see right now, the world has changed, and today the world which we are living to now, there is so much access to the internet, and there's so much access to whatever different people in different types of the world. So these things can be taken as an advantage and also can be taken as a disadvantage. And some of the things of succeeding in life is changing everything to your advantage, changing every story or everything that is thrown on your way to your advantage. Like when we have the internet, although there are some disadvantages of the internet, you should look what are the advantages of the internet to reach your certain type of goal, and also to reach what you want and what your purpose is for you. So you shouldn't look at the bad sides of things. You should look on what it can help you to propel and how to reach where you want to be. So the internet can help so many systems in the world to revolutionize the world, because right now so many sources of information can be accessed on the internet. Although they are limited, at least we can access so many sources of information in the internet. And being able to access source of information in the internet has been able to connect every type of system in the world. So what is happening in Russia, be it any type of country, any type of part of the country in the world, you can easily know what is happening there. Unlike few years back, when we are maybe around the 1900s, where the internet was never invented. When something happens in Europe, it will take 50 years or 30 years for you to know what happened there. And also this was evident also when Jesus also appeared 2,000 years ago, but it took many centuries for his message to be spread all over the world. Unlike right now, somebody can do something, but it will take only a few hours for it to be spread. The speed that we are moving right now of sharing information, it is at a very high speed compared to what was happening long time ago. So this can be used to our advantage as people who are revolutionary and people who are fighting for the freedom of the world and people who want a fair and just world. When a revolution happens in any particular type of country and the country is held hostage by the revolutionary leaders, what it takes for them, when you held a hostage a particular country, you can use it as an hostage to free other people in the world. Because when you automatically have a particular country or a particular system in the world, you can be able to speak up and advocate and people will be able to listen to you. But if you're not having any position on a particular country in the world, it is very hard for people to listen to you or to do what you want for you to do. It is very hard for people to do what you want them to do and see what you are doing. So it is very important for a particular, even if it's one country that will gain independence through revolution, it will spread in other countries, because that one country's task will be to educate all the world on what is happening and the things that are taking place, and also to open our eyes on what other countries want that particular revolutionary leader to behave. And although him not being one of them, he will tell us the secrets of different parts of the world. That is what it takes for just the simple whole world to be revolutionized. And because if one country is just free, then it means automatically every country will look up to that country and will be able to be free. I'm speaking this because there was a time where Africa was colonized. So there was an uprising of something called the Mau Mau. So the Mau Mau uprising brought awareness to fellow Africans on that it is possible for you to fight for your freedom and for you to gain freedom through fighting. And also this paved a way. It is like making a path where people will use, which they didn't see that path before. But as long as one person does it, the whole world will be able to partake in the same path which you took to have that successful revolution and have a successful thing. So through the internet, the spread of information where that particular country has done a successful revolution will spread all over different types of countries, and this will educate and this will illuminate and enlighten people on the importance of freedom and the importance of the other breaking out of the regime and breaking out of this corrupt systems. So this is one thing where it can aid a lot of revolutions, and it can aid the change of the world and the advocate of the world being a change and a better place. So there are so many leaders who have been advocating for revolution. Some of the leaders are like Gaddafi, Nelson Mandela, Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, and so many more other leaders who have advocated for change and also freedom. And so many of these leaders who have advocated for freedom and change some of them have been killed, and some of them have died without being able to reach what their goal is. And if you see, there's one pattern which takes place. Most of these leaders are killed for speaking the truth. And what people have done is just to keep quiet, and they are not being able to stand up and also speak for what the truth is, because they have been discouraged on the past events which other leaders have been killed, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and many more other leaders and many more other artists who have been speaking out for the truth have also been killed. So this has discouraged a lot of people in not speaking up, and also it has resulted for many people to just keep quiet and also just have no say in what happens in the society. They end up being controlled by people who are ignorant and people who are foolish on what they do. Like, there are many types of foolish governments in the world which have done so many things to oppress their people. And some of these governments, and some of these governments are African governments which are foolish on doing what they do, and these governments have oppressed their people thinking they will have a better life, but they have been brainwashed to think like that. So when we get liberation of the whole world, at least people will know the true meaning of justice. People will know the true meaning of the fruits of our labor, because there will be no more people eating the fruits of labor of people who worked day and night, sweating and not sleeping. There will be no more people eating the fruits of those people. People will be able to enjoy their fruits, and people being able to enjoy their fruits, they will have the capacity to produce more fruits. But people are discouraged of even producing and working for themselves, because at the end of the day, they will be taxed. At the end of the day, the more you earn, the more you get taxed. So they will be discouraged on having a particular way or working hard for themselves. So, but if they can be able to eat their fruits and us can be fulfilled by a revolution taking place in the world, and being able to revolutionize the world, people will now see the true meaning of freedom and justice. People will see the true meaning and the true color of love. People will see the true color and meaning of uniting, and people will see the true meaning and color of being together and sharing what we have. Unless this revolution is done, nothing can be changed. Unless we advocate for some things to be done, nothing can be changed, because change starts by speaking up and advocating and seeing what is wrong. So, being a revolution and what it takes to be a revolutionary leader or being a revolutionary person is so many things which takes to be a revolution. But it is just simple. Whether you fail or you succeed, it doesn't matter. Because the moment you speak up on what is taking place, you automatically succeed, because you are brave enough to speak up and see what is wrong and also stand up for what is not happening right. Unlike other people who have decided to keep quiet, it doesn't matter if your message has reached million types of people or 100 billion types of people. As long as you have woken up and have decided to change yourself and decide to change the path of what people are taking and opt for a new path of speaking up on what is happening, you have already revolutionized and you are already a successful revolution person. So it doesn't matter if you take over government, as long as you speak up for your brother or speak up for anybody who is being undermined by people and who is not treated well by people. So this is what revolution takes. It takes to have a revolution. Revolution is just the simple things of day-to-day life and our day-to-day activities. It doesn't matter if you can be as great as Che Guevara or Fidel Castro or anybody like Nelson Mandela. It doesn't matter. As long as you can be able to speak up, you're already a successful revolution leader. So I'll also be talking about some of the things which past revolutionary people have done, and due to this they have failed, because of some of the things which they have been doing has resulted them to failing. Some of these people are like Gaddafi. Gaddafi held up a revolutionary where he did a coup against the current government, which was for Libya, and he successfully overturned and overthrew the government. after overthrowing the government, Gaddafi was a good president, but he engaged into other mischievous doings which tainted his name. And the other countries which were against his and also feared for the way he was speaking and the way he was, the things that he advocated, sought to find the weakness of that person. And if you have a weakness, that they will use your weakness to turn against you. Like Gaddafi, the United States they were able to tell the whole world that Gaddafi is certain type of way. And yes, it was true, Gaddafi was in a certain type of way,